Again, good afternoon, everyone. So, colleagues, this legislation that you have that we're dealing with here is the result of months of conversation with representatives from the labor segment of our community, the Office of Labor Standards and Enforcement, as well as the Mayor's Office of Housing. And really, this ordinance would create a prevailing wage local hire apprenticeship program for the sale and lease of city-owned properties for the purposes of developing mixed use housing projects. And currently, the city requires all contractors performing public work projects and improvements to pay a prevailing wage, comply with state apprenticeship programs, and if the contract is over $600,000, comply with our local hire policy. However, these policies are not always required when the city is selling or leasing its property for development by a third party. So earlier this year, the board submitted a surplus property measure to the voters, reiterating our belief that the city's surplus properties should be used whenever possible to construct affordable housing. But it is also essential that we ensure that these projects are being constructed to the same employment requirements and standards that we have of our own public works contractors. So I really want to take a moment and thank the members of the Building and Construction Trades Council who worked with my office on this issue, as well as Donna Levitt. She's been incredible. I don't see her out here, but there she is. This woman certainly deserves an award from the Office of Labor Standards and Enforcement. And Olson Lee, I don't know if you're here as well. You too, my friend, deserve an award. You both have provided incredible feedback that has been helpful and instrumental in helping us shape this policy. And so, colleagues, I do ask for your support on this measure, and again, want to acknowledge my staff that worked on helping us craft this. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Cohen. Supervisor Weiner.
Thank you, Madam President. I want to thank Supervisor Cohen and Supervisor Farrell for their leadership in moving this legislation forward. Prevailing wage, in addition to local hire and our apprenticeship programs, are really key in terms of making sure that we're lifting people up into the middle class, paying people wages and benefits on which they can actually live in this expensive city. And making sure that we are also focusing first and foremost on our own residents and our own young people to give them opportunities to go into the trades, to make a good wage, and to make lives for themselves and for their families in this city. So again, thank you to my colleagues for their leadership on this important legislation.
Supervisor Avalos.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam President, and I would like to put myself as a co-sponsor of this legislation. Really excited that local hiring has really taken off and it's being embraced by major parts of our city government. And I really want to thank Mayor Lee for his work on it over the years and making sure that it's been a major focus of his administration. It has done wonders for San Francisco neighborhoods to ensure that we're not just getting workers from the neighborhoods and on publicly funded projects or now land on city property, but we're also recycling local dollars into local economies, and that is something that has major benefits as well. So my thanks to Malia Cohen for putting this forward and all the partners that she worked with in labor and community to make it happen.
Thank you. Seeing no other names on the roster, Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
On item 16, Supervisor Campos.
Aye.
Campos, aye. Supervisor Cohen. Cohen, aye. Supervisor Farrell.
Aye.
Farrell, aye. Supervisor Kim.
Aye.
Kim, aye. Supervisor Marr.
Aye.
Marr, aye. Supervisor Peskin.
Aye.
Peskin, aye. Supervisor Tang. Tang, aye. Supervisor Weiner.
Aye.
Weiner, aye. Supervisor Yee.
Aye.
Yee, aye. Supervisor Avalos.
Aye.
Avalos, aye. Supervisor Breed.
Aye.
Breed, aye. There are 11 ayes.
This ordinance is finally passed on the first reading. Next item, please.